For a better to know who Helm is, let's look at Helm's face, look at Helm's boobs, and finally look at Helm's ass. Hey, folks, welcome to MokzZ Gaming Channel. In today's video we talking about Should You Pull Helm? In this video, you will find whether Helm is worth pull. Let's start it. For a better to know who Helm is, let's look at Helm's face, look at Helm's boobs, and finally look at Helm's ass. You laughed. Let's continue. Helm, the Aegis squad leader, hailing from Elysian, is now here and is the first new NIKKE to be added since the launch of NIKKE, Goddess of Victory. Let me help you folks analyze the word's meaning. Helm is the first new since the launch of NIKKE, a reminder that it is the official launch new, not one of the NIKKEs during CBT. You know what this means. It means that all the skills of Helm are unknown to all players, so I guess the comprehensive strength of Helm must be very strong, and I don't think there will be a new NIKKE to replace her within a short time. In addition to that, in order to players get more attention for Helm event, the developers also announced that all players will be getting 10 recruit vouchers in the mailbox later today. Players will need to claim it before December 5th, as that's when they expire, so make sure to create your account before then. Well, let's go on. Helm is an SSR Burst Type 3 water attacker that uses the sniper, and while she sports the attacker class, she can also work as a support through her skills. This skill set is amazing. She has both DMG and support, and such a hot body. Developer, you are so detestable that I have to willing to spend my all to pull her. Let's look at her first skill is Frontline command, and it activates when her last bullet hits the target, raising the crit rate of normal attacks for all allies lasting for 5 seconds. Her second skill is Fire Away, and much like her first skill, she buffs all allies with a permanent increased damage to interruption part. When in full burst, the skill will activate again and increasing all the ATK damage of her allies. This second skill is unbeatable, permanent increased damage to interruption part. Even if the Helm is dead, all allies will not lose buff, which other NIKKE do not have the skill. You're forced to own the Helm. Maybe you folk would ask all supporting skills, you see? So why is she classified as an attacker and not a supporter? Well, it is mostly thanks to her burst skill. Her burst skill, Aegis Cannon, will attack the enemy with the highest ATK stats and has a huge multiplier to boot, as expected from a single target nuke. An added bonus to her burst skill is that she also provides lifesteal to her allies, where they will recover HP based on their attacks for 10 seconds. Now, let's talk about what's Helm's strength. Her strength lies in her ability to constantly provide buffs to the team. With how Frontline command activates when her last bullet hits, it is an easy trigger as she is a sniper rifle unit. The increased damage to interruption parts from her Fire Away is also permanent, which is what not a lot of NIKKE provides. The lifesteal from her burst skill is a solid addition as it provides less pressure for your team's healer to keep the HP of your team in check. So above the strengths of Helm, let me talk about her weakness. Helm's weakness is that she does not provide much offensive capabilities outside of her burst skill, with how the entirety of her kit is entirely support based. While you can say that does not diminish her, do bear in mind that she is classed as an attacker, and if we compare her to other single target nukers, she will find herself falling behind in terms of damage output. The added lifesteal from her burst can also be detrimental if you have NIKKE like Scarlet in your team, as they work more efficiently at low HP. So, the question is, Helm, should you pull? If you are waifus collectors who like to collect NIKKE with big boobs and ass, so Helm must be pull. On a serious note, though, however, pull for Helm if you find yourself wanting a dedicated NIKKE buffer to your team, as her buffs are not restricted and easy to trigger. If you are thinking of pulling for her because you wanted a solid sniper rifle attacker, I'd reckon Scarlet still outshines her, and even Heron has better DPS output compared to her. In the end, whether helm pull depends on your needs. Having fun is the most important thing in game. Well, above it for helms analysis, please comment in area if you have different viewpoint. Thank you so much for watching this vid.